So we've been in Taiwan now a little bit over 4 years, and the goal of Mox is to invest in companies, the best companies from all over the world, and then help them go cross-border to Asia. So we're pleasantly surprised to find one of the best companies in the world hiding in Kaohsiung. And that's Kevin and the team from BigGo. So when did you went to? We invested in you how long ago? Right?
I think it's 2 years ago.
2 years, about 2 years. And at that point, about how much revenue did you have, give or take? Do you remember? Or GMV? It was just getting started, right?
I don't know how to calculate revenue during that time. Was an engineer and.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we help with, which is how to communicate with investors, because you built an amazing product, but revenue was a new thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we actually made profit during that time, but we didn't actually calculate it because
because there's just a big jar on top of the table with money in it, and when it got empty, you're like, uh-oh. And when it was full, you were profitable. Yeah? No? A little bit better than that. Okay, awesome. So it'd be great if you could just tell us a little bit story of how you started in Taiwan, but then decided that you wanted to go cross-border or expand out of Taiwan.
As everyone knows,
maybe you can actually give a brief introduction into what BigGo does, why it exists, and what you do. Yeah, first.
Okay. BigGo is a search engine. We are doing a similar thing as Google, as Bing, but they are general. They search everything. BigGo, in the other hand, searching only product. So we are vertical product search engine, but in global scale. So in the very beginning, BigGo want to be a global product search engine, and Taiwan is also a small market and a really low ceiling. So in the very beginning, we want to cross border and go to the different.
And how do you say BigGo in Chinese?
Actually, BigGo in Chinese is BigGo. This means you can compare.
Okay. So how many people here use BigGo? 1, 2, 3. I can't really see. A bunch of people. Okay, awesome, wonderful. And so, what's a typical use case for one of your customers? They want to. What do they want to do? And then what do they do with BigGo?
Usually, they want to purchasing. They have a target.
People like doing that in Taiwan, right?
Yeah. Recently, they're searching for mask. So. Everyone are looking for mask, and they are also out in online store. So, but people were still chasing for the mask. Usually, we don't recommend people, so because people knows what they need, and they can say it by searching in certain keywords.
Okay. And so when you decided to go cross-border and you chose, which market did you choose first, or which markets? And I think you had success in one market and not so much success in another market. And tell a little bit about that journey.
We actually, because BigGo is actually easily to cross-border, we can do region in 2 weeks. So we choosing multiple targets. At the very beginning, we choose Singapore, India, and Thailand. And we learned something. That is, you couldn't change the environment of the country because they have so many limited. Like we probably won't go American anytime soon because everyone using Amazon to do a price comparison inside Amazon. And you couldn't go to China because everyone using Ali and do a price comparison inside Ali. But Singapore, they are in immigrant country. They have different needs. Some people love Amazon the most. Some people using the Lazada. So it's hard to recommend the user, hard to find the best search result for user Thailand, on the other hand, is very similar as Taiwan. They're using different language. They're using Thai, and they have very competitive market. Everyone is a one race in there. So yeah, it can grow in very healthy as Taiwan. So recently we know how to choosing the target and how to find the country that we can faster growth. So now we are looking for Japan and Europe country for opportunity.
Great. So can you talk a little bit about the challenges? I mean, first challenge is product market fit, and you basically had product market fit mostly in Taiwan, but then where we started working together was more in the scale up and scale cross border. So can you talk a little bit about the challenges that you encountered in the scale up and scale cross border and how you overcame them?
Well, scale up, we think of scale up is two ways you actually can scale up. One is horizontally and the other one is vertically. The first one, horizontally, because we are in Taiwan and we actually doing very well in Taiwan. Taiwan is our main revenue chain, and we got whole customer in Taiwan. We want to provide more service in local. So we try to provide those horizontally service. Like we are doing price comparison. Can we do more? Can we provide a email service? Can we provide an internet messenger service? So, but in terms of that, we find out we are not good at those kind of service. So when we try to do that, most of the time it fail. But vertically, it's different. We can duplicate what we already succeed, what we good at, and we duplicate the succeed model in different region. So say about the scale up is actually means to leave Taiwan to entering different market and focus on what you already done and what are you good at.
Do you have any other tips or advice for specifically Taiwan entrepreneurs who are looking to go out? Any other lessons for the Taiwan entrepreneurs in the audience?
For Taiwan's entrepreneur, I think I like what I just said. You need to focus in certain area, and you need to choose your country wisely. Like in BigGo, we have a lower cost to failure. We can do a multiple test. We can go different region and do a small bunch test. But your business probably is not. So when you do that movement, you have to choosing very wisely and taking a good study at it.
Yeah. Cool. So in terms of fundraising, so there's fundraising in Taiwan, there's fundraising out of Taiwan. You know, the borders are kind of coming down or the walls are coming down. Can you talk a little bit about your experience raising your pre-A round 1 million and then transitioning up to the Series A?
Fundraising in Taiwan is, I don't know actually in other regions, so I only know how to fundraising in Taiwan. In Taiwan, we need to build trust with the investor. They need to know in your business and communicate with you for a while to build the establish. So Marx actually helps a lot about this because in Marx program we learn we need to send like a monthly, bi-weekly update to our investor. This is a good way to communicate with your investor. Let them follow, let them know your situation so they can help you. And after maybe 6 months or 1 year, when you are needed to do a fundraising, they will come and invest you. So.
And what was the difference in your experience with the pre-A, the 1 million round, and then going into your Series A?
Of course, pre-A is early stage. So the document is much easier than Series A. And in Series A, your financial forecast is terrible. It's you need to do every sheet, every table, and make sure the data is correct and explain those data. So in the pre-A stage, it's much easier. You just need to calculate money on the table and share with your investor.
Awesome. Any last closing comments from you on your experience so far? And you don't have to talk about MOX or SOSV if you don't want to, but in terms of the journey, your next step you said is Japan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Thailand and Japan are actually pretty different. So what are you thinking in terms of your Japan strategy?
Actually, it's very similar from our angle. Thailand has multiple very competitive e-commerce situation. They're using similar language Thai, and Japan use Japanese. They are very competitive in their e-commerce, and their people do compressor price a lot. They got the biggest price comparison, Kakakon, in their region. Thailand, originally they got the price, but now they got us. So in Japan, we probably using a same strategy, go there, and they were using BigGo. try to convince them to use BigGo.
Yeah, so this week you're named by Alexa, or the ranking, you hit number 30 most popular site in Taiwan, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you have any last comments, or otherwise, please note, the company did the first close on their Series A, but there's still a small amount of room left. So if you'd like to follow up with Kevin after, please do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much. Thanks, Kevin.